What can we do as citizens to protect ourselves from something like this, whether it be data security or how to just prepare for something like the event you talked about that happened in the 1800s?
Well, Andrew, it's a great question. I mean, there are several things you can do. The first thing is you can have independent communications, and the second thing you do is have independent power supply. So I know that over there in Mississippi, there's a lot of outdoorsmen. People like to go hunting, fishing, camping, and so on. And anyone who's doing that will know that once you get off the beaten path, your cell phone bars vanish and you got no phone access. A satellite phone works absolutely anywhere on Earth. As long as you can see the sky, you can make or receive a phone call or send or receive a text message. But at sat123.com, we actually now give you a free satellite phone with activation. And these phones normally cost from $1,000 to $2,000 anywhere else. But we'll give you a free sat phone with activation. You're paying from as little as $50 a month, and you can get minutes that even roll over. But so that one thing, the first thing is to have independent access to communications, and that's a handheld sat phone. On the other side of it, you've got we do free Starlink internet units. So Starlink will give you access to the internet no matter where you are. If you leave the house without your cell phone, the first thing you do is turn around and go back and get it. We are all so dependent on our cell phones, being in touch, being able to reach out or receive calls or send and receive text. And so if that goes away for an extended period of time, you are literally dead in the water. You don't know what's happening. And if you had no access to the internet these days, right? It's the same thing. You're really not going to know what's going on. And look, I mean, most power outages last an hour or two, or maybe a day at worst. But if that would be going on for a week or 2 weeks or so on, the country might be under attack, but you wouldn't even know it because you have no access to communication. So a sat phone, a Starlink internet unit is the place to start. And then aside from that, power. I mean, everything relies on power, from tablets to everything in our house. I mean, so again, if the power was to go down for an extended period, you'd also be in trouble. And a lot of people I know have gas generators, but the reality is, in an extended outage, there's going to be no gas at the gas station. You're not going to be able to power that thing.
We learned that during Hurricane Katrina here 20 years ago, when we had mass power outages all the way up here in central Mississippi, and the gas stations had gas, but they didn't have power for us to pump the gas.
So, what we do is we have a great line of solar-powered portable generators. And we have solar-powered units, solar generators that are just handheld for $100 or $200, all the way up to units that are a few $1,000, but they can power your entire house, including your AC, your heat. They can empower your lighting and everything else, and that can recharge every day with the sun. So these are things that people, should have to be prepared. Because look, we hope and pray that these kind of situations never happen. But the reality with our mass dependence on electronics and the power grid, the reality is we're going to get attacked. We're going to see attacks that go on for weeks at some point here. And the best thing we can do is be independently prepared. But luck runs out, right? It always does. And when it comes to natural disasters, they will keep happening. And if we were to see this kind of solar flare that we saw in the 1850s, it would be devastating. It would cost lives, and it would take out pretty much every single thing that we rely on for modern day survival.
And there's no downside to being ready. You get ready so you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's
Absolutely.
what we want to beat into the brains of our listeners here is, if you're ready, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You may never need it, but you will one day. You will one day. We learned that with Hurricane Katrina here in Mississippi. It doesn't have to be an attack. It can be Mother Nature having a bad day.